bá mi. Mi ò kú o. Mo wà láyé. Ṣùgbọ́n ta ló gbàdúrà ẹ̀ kí na ọmọ kó jó kó wá máa sọ̀rọ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ pátápátá kò sí nǹkan kan tí mo mọ̀ o. Ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ yí pé ẹni tó bá pa ọmọ mi ikú ẹ̀ ò ti ọwọ́ Ọlọ́run wá. Ènìyàn ló pa ọmọ mi. Ẹni tó bá pa ọmọ mi inú ilé ẹ̀ máa gbóná. Ni mo ti mọ̀. Ọmọ mi ò ní ìsinmi o. Ọkàn ọmọ mi ò balẹ̀. Gbogbo ìgbà tí wọ́n parọ́ oríṣiríṣi mọ́ mi ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ torí wọ́n fún mi lágbára láti sọ̀rọ̀. Mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ ọmọ mi pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Mo sì pè ọmọ mi ní àárọ̀. Ó fún mi lówó pé kí n lọ sí hospital yẹn ni mo ti pè é. Lóní mọ́mì nǹkan máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìgbà tí wọ́n wá mú tọ́rọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ o, studio ló wà tó lọ kọrin. Ṣùgbọ́n gbà tó mọ̀ pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ló sáré wá. Mo wá bí pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gan? Kó ṣàlàyé mi ni mo bí ẹ. Èmi láyé ẹ̀ mi dẹ̀ lọ́rùn ẹ̀. Ó ní mọ́mì nǹkan tó ń mọ̀ ní pé òun wá láti nǹkan gbọ́ pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ lòun ṣe wá. Ó ní wọ́n ṣàkó àwọn lọ. Ó ní ṣùgbọ́n omi náà fún òun tóun mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sóun mọ́. Ó ní omi náà fún òun o tóun mọ̀ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́. Ìgbà yẹn ni mo ti kò sí. Ẹ gbà mí. Mo dúró kò sí bí a máa sá kiri ní èmi àtọmọ mi. Ó ti kú orí mi èmi ò rí. A máa sá kiri ní kò lè sùn. Ìbẹ̀rù ìfòyà ní promise fi kú. Àyà jíjá ti pọ̀ jù. Tó bá yẹ kó lọ sí show mi gan kò ní lè lọ. Wọ́n náà náírà bọ̀. Ojoojúmọ́ náà nà. Kò sẹ́ni tó máa pè mí. Àwọn tó máa ń pè mí gan mi ní mọ̀. Wọ́n kàn ní ọmọ mi o. Ipe Mohbad o. Èmi gan mi ò ní sinmi o. Títí tí promise fi kú. Ìbẹ̀rù ìfòyà ni mo wà. Kó tó kú yìí 10 days ni mo lò nínú ilé ẹ̀. Àgbà tí ìjọ Sátidé ni mo kúrò nílé ẹ̀. Àgbà tí máa gbọ́ òkú ọmọ mi. Ní ọjọ́ Monday mo sì pè ìyàwó ẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ Monday a jọ sọ̀rọ̀. Kò ju wákàtí kan lọ. Wọ́n pè mí. Pẹ̀lú gan ni mo tún pè. Wọ́n pè mí pé mọ́mì ẹ̀wọ̀n ò ní ṣòkú ọmọ o. Òun ò ní ṣòkú ọ̀pọ̀ o. Mo ní kí ni? Inú ilé ẹni mo wà yìí ṣó yẹ kí tún máa wà nínú ilé ọmọ mi mi lè wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n ṣe àbẹ̀ mí pé kí n wá jó kí n wá ni. Ẹ gbà mí ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà ẹ gbà mí ẹ̀yà bí amọ́. Ìyá bí ọmọ ìgbà ní gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ irọ́ ni. Wọ́n ló ya wèrè mọ́ nǹkan tó ń pò ní ya wèrè ni. Promise ya wèrè ó ṣèyàwó mo ṣèyàwó fún. Ó bímọ. Ìyẹn èèyàn ẹ bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run bòrò kó ọrùn. Ọmọ mi ò ya wèrè o. Tó bá sọ pé ọmọ mi ya wèrè ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn tó sọ pé ya wèrè ẹ bá mi pè wọ́n hospital wo ni wọ́n lọ tó sọ pé ya wèrè. Hospital wo wọ́n ṣàna hospital tí wọ́n lọ gbọ́ hospital tó ń lò tó fi náà ya wèrè resort wèrè dà. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbà mí o ọmọ Nàìjíríà abiyamọ ọ̀run àtàbíamọ ayé gbà mí mi ò kú o. Mi ò kú o ṣùgbọ́n mi mọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe. Mi mọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe o. Ó fọmọ sílẹ̀ o. Ó fi ìyàwó sílẹ̀. Àdúrà wà ńbẹ̀. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ wà ńbẹ̀. Èmi náà wà ńbẹ̀. Mi ò kú ẹ gbà mí. Mi rí ìyàwó mi rí ọmọ. Ẹ ṣàánú mi. Ẹ wá abiyamọ bí abiyamọ ṣe ń ṣe.
Well, that is Mohbad's mother. And let's quickly do something real quick, because summary of what she's saying is that her son did not die of any natural cause. Nobody has said so far that Mohbad died of any natural cause. All the testimonies, all the opinions so far, none has suggested that Mohbad died of any natural cause. And then it brings us to the point where we have to start saying, okay, already we may not know the immediate cause now, but we can already start gathering information that could lead us to probable or remote causes. Now, let's differentiate between remote cause and immediate cause. There's every likelihood that one of the remote causes is the immediate cause too, like the actual cause of the death. Now, what are the remote causes from all that have been said so far? Number one, we learn that he has been severely assaulted, brutalized, battered, bullied. That's a remote cause on its own. Wọ́n ti lù several times, wọ́n ti hunt ẹ̀, wọ́n ti bully ẹ̀, wọ́n ti troll ẹ̀, wọ́n ti fìyà jẹ. It could have led to injuries, both physically, psychologically too, because wọ́n lọ́kọ̀ ẹ̀ ò balẹ̀. It could have also led to, because I read somewhere that, okay, I'll get to that. Now, if he was severely beaten or tortured in the past, it could have led to anything, including internal injury or internal bleeding that he was nursing or may not even be aware of, that were eventually causing him to die slowly. So we can't rule it out. Assault is a remote cause because it could have led to dying gradually. Because if he had been injured severely, whether internally, psychologically, or combined, it could lead to one of the ways, So, yeah, one of the remote causes, violence, severe assault. Severe assault. Who are the people who assaulted him? What led to the assault? What was the breach? What was the issue? What's Kinole Mafa? Why could they have ended up, in such violent, start of situation? So, who assaulted him? Why? Did it lead to any cause? Yeah, okay, that's one probable cause, severe assault. Okay, number two probable or remote cause, as we learned that there were drugs in his system. We learned that there were drugs. Okay, doing drugs, some people call it doping. They'll say, oh, they dope. As artists, like they dope. Oh, so some said, oh, he does drug. He must have taken so much drug and all that. Okay, drugs. Okay, if you took drug, what is the likely effect of drug on a person? Now, let's not make mistake. If drug has overwhelmed your system, yes, we know it can lead to some damages. In fact, do you know that even this all these things that young people take these days because they want to impress women, do you know those things work in a way that they pump blood so speedily from your heart to to that part of your organ, that organ in your body that you want to use to work hard? Do you know that some people in the course of it could have, there have been established cases of people or persons dying from, abuse of such Viagra related or such type of, drugs. But that is not the case in this case. But we are only saying that drugs, when they are overwhelming in the system, can actually also damage some parts of the body. But can they immediately lead to death, or could it have been a sequence of events leading slowly until the eventual? Well, but that is also something to investigate. I mean, we are gathering information that could be useful in investigation. Say, number one, severe assaults that could have led to some damages in the body system, drugs in the system, if they are hard drugs that are capable of damaging the body. Okay, drugs in the system, that's another probable cause. Number three, the D-Day, the violence that reportedly broke out on this day of the event. Two things on that day. Number one, in fact, three. Number one is that we learned that somebody used handkerchief. Some were alleging, oh, handkerchief, they used like a chant or ring to hit him and may have killed him spiritually or something. But well, that may not be established, cannot be established scientifically, but somebody mentioned handkerchief. So handkerchief did it suffocate? Was he suffocated by handkerchief, whether in the car, or was there a chemical in an handkerchief that was used to wipe his face or nose before he got in the car in the course of the trouble, or anything? Again, it is the scientific inquiry, forensics, autopsy, pathological test, whatever name you want to give to it, that can unravel the immediate cause. All of these are still remote causes that we suspect. So, who are the people with him that day? Who were the people with him on that day? In the car, who was the driver? Who was the driver? They will be useful in helping with information, the actual information, because the last set of events before the eventual death can also be useful in tracing what caused the death. What were the last set of events? What were the things he said? Lastly, what was the thing he said? What were the events that happened? Then another thing from that day I want to pick out is they said he was taken to a nurse because they suspected he had hair infection. Hair infection. Did he have history or antecedent of such hair infections? Those are questions that will guide us. Can the investigation team have access to his medical history? If they can have access to his medical history, it will be easy to trace whether ear infection is in his medical history or whether that's just a bluff too. And then if he didn't have it in his medical history, if it was just for that day, he had ear infection, could it be that in the course of the violence, maybe there was a punch or blow to or a heavy impact to his hair that could have led to pulse or something? So what are did he have such in his medical ear infection in his medical history? If not, could it be on that day that he had blue? Who was the nurse? What injection was given to him? Because if you read about contraindications very well in medicine, say there are some, they will check before they can even, in a normal setting or a normal situation, before you are given a medicine or injection or treatment, it's normal to first check the person. What are the other things present in the blood? What are other substances present in the patient's blood that will not be compatible with what you are about to administer in the person or on the person? So it's important to always check these things first. Kilo one blood there, show need drug on the body, so that you don't overdose him, one, or so that you don't use something that is not compatible. You wait until that thing finishes acting, or whichever way you want to flush that out first before you start injecting with another substance. That is, medicine has gone beyond. We just see somebody who just start giving in. So what injection was given to him on that day? We are just tracing because of all these things we have heard. And it's just Mohbad is just a popular case. It's just a popular case. We are learning because a lot of people will still need this information going forward, because the reason coroner's inquest law is made in Lagos State is so that if we know the actual cause of some average deaths, especially among people of certain age range, to prevent them, they will know the policy initiations or policy ideas to say, I know this is causing death among our young people. How do we nip it in the bud? So it's a popular case that we mustn't just allow it to go without a proper investigation to establish or determine the actual cause of death. So all the things we have heard so far, they are useful, and I'm sure that the people who are going to investigate and possibly conduct the autopsy will be able to, use all this information. So the reason I asked about the handkerchief and suffocation is, I started taking things like this seriously since the time of, I don't know how many people remember Goldie. Goldie Goldie was a popular musician that time, you know. Mo lè gbọ́kọ lọ́wọ́ ẹ, you know. And I think she also did a collabo with J1 at that time. Facebook love. Okay, was she the one? No, but I remember Mo lè gbọ́kọ lọ́wọ́ ẹ. So when she died, you know, there are so many things to suspect. Oh, àwọn pẹ́ ni, wọ́n rí pé ìràwọ̀ ẹ̀ ti ń lọ sókè, they killed her. Some will say, oh, àpèta. And some will say, different people will say different things, you know. But an autopsy revealed that it was pulmonary embolism, if I remember the phrase correctly. Pulmonary embolism, I said, you know. Some of you also remember Cynthia Osokogu, that lady that was killed, murdered by her strange friends when she was invited to Lagos. And then it became popular on the internet at that time. She was invited to Lagos and then she was murdered by the strange fellows who invited her for a love, you know, for love affair. It was romantic chatting and they invited her over and then she came and then they killed her. So they needed to know how she died. And of course, that is the reason autopsy is always important. We already know the person died. You already know the day the person died. We know the event, the last set of events. We know it, but we also need to know how the death happened. Was it by suffocation? Was it food poisoning? Was it as a result of a medical condition in combination with an immediate event that combined together and caused maybe a cardiac arrest? For instance, maybe it was the person hypertensive, and that's the fourth question I'm going to ask on Mohbad's case. Was he hypertensive? Because I read somewhere it said, oh, he had hypertension, he has been restless, blah blah blah. You know, then so there's need to have a medical report on this young man. Was he hypertensive? Did he have underlying health conditions? Those are the things we need to really know, so that we are not just everybody will hold different reasons for the death. Everybody will hold different things to say, you know, did he have hypertension? And the last thing I want to say, which I have not read anywhere, but maybe, just maybe, what did he eat last? Kilo J. Whether at home or at the event he went to in Ikorodu, what did he eat last? Kilo J kain. We need to know. So that, because we have read allegations, counter allegations, everybody just trying to use different allegations to suit their own angles, you know. The wives, I read the wife's sister saying it is alleging the parents, you know, the parents, the stepmother too, alleging the wife. Everybody alleging, then some alleging the Malian's record, some saying Larry Mali in combination with Naira Marley and the gangs, you know. So all these are remote causes, and it's making it difficult to actually pinpoint the immediate cause. And knowing the immediate cause is actually the best thing in this case. What is the immediate cause? Having said that, I want to look at this particular case. In fact, two. Zlatan. I really believe that Zlatan can help shedding more light. Nobody is saying anybody killed Mohbad now, because it will be defamation of character to say so. It will be unfair without having established the actual cause. None of this, all these people, they are still innocent. Naira Marley is still innocent. As of this time, Naira Marley is innocent. As of this time, Sam Larry is innocent. Yes, he should be arrested. Don't get me wrong. They should be invited to come and explain what could have led to the harassment of the past. And then test also carried out on the, I don't know why they hurriedly But let's see this event. Many of you have seen it, but let's see it again. Okay, the video we just saw there, take it back there. The video we just saw there was that of Zlatan. They were in a video shoot reportedly, and then two of them sitting on a wheelchair on the scene of the video shoot, and then some guys came in trying to assault Mohbad, and Zlatan immediately got up to stop them. It's just an evidence to show you that in one of series of events, they are tried to assault him, or in some other cases they succeeded assaulting him. Let me also show you, because in the past too, there was also images that started coming out again, showing that Mohbad was injured, even though he didn't speak out at that time, showing that he was injured. Let me show you this. You can see. Okay, let me take this off so you can see the face here. See the face. So all of this just started coming out now after he died. All of this just started coming out. So yes. Now, going further, there was also this video of where it was apparently in the hospital, and then the young man narrated something that is also important. He narrated something, and this event, he had written petition. We don't know what happened or how that petition ended at the time, whether there was investigation or whether it concluded or whether it was just halfway or no attempt at all. But let's hear what he said in this video and come back.
Any man with drug go making mommy only got to let okay. I mean, you come home, because then Dr. Lego Moon, one you call one light alone, one alone to tell me, Paro, go for God, I love you. I didn't want them on one pay a meal, pay me by you. If I knew she go now, if you don't love a more. Don't love what to take me go look by Jam. Save with you, in the video. I was in that snitching. Was it left? Oh, I didn't give him my bully. He pay. Give me my bully. And she wanted so 1 tweet. He pay 0 That everybody will be in trouble. Mohbad, no listening. Oh, yeah. So
if we want to connect events, the mother said something here, and I've also heard it somewhere else before, that following that video you just saw, where he said he was a target in something that looked like a scheme, that he was made to drink a substance. We need to know what that substance actually is, because reportedly it was after then, it was immediately after then, he started forgetting things. He started not getting himself. He started becoming uneasy with himself. He wasn't getting himself. What did he drink? What was he forced to drink? Only him. What was he forced to drink? Because that young man talking on that hospital bed, that young man talking on that hospital bed knew what he was talking about.
Kí ni mo fẹ́ sọ, ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ kọ́kọ́ tí mo fẹ́ sọ pé láti ayé náírà ni mo ti mọ̀. Ọmọ mi ò ní sinmi o. Ọkọ ọmọ mi ò balẹ̀. Gbogbo ìgbà tí wọ́n parọ́ oríṣiríṣi mọ́ mi ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ torí wọ́n fún mi lágbára láti sọ̀rọ̀. Mo béèrè lọ́wọ́ ọmọ mi pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Mo sì pè ọmọ mi ní àárọ̀. Ó fún mi lówó pé kí n lọ sí hospital yẹn ni mo ti pè é. Ló ní mọ́mì nǹkan máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìgbà tí wọ́n wá mú tọ́rọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ o, studio ló wà tó lọ kọrin. Ṣùgbọ́n gbà tó mọ̀ pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ló sáré wá. Mo wá bí pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gan? Kó ṣàlàyé mi ni mo bí ẹ. Èmi láyé ẹ̀ mi dẹ̀ lọ́rùn ẹ̀. Ó ní mọ́mì kan tó ń mọ̀ ní pé òun wá láti nǹkan gbọ́ pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ lòun ṣe wá. Ó ní wọ́n ṣàkó àwọn lọ. Ó ní ṣùgbọ́n omi náà fún òun tóun mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sóun mọ́. Ó ní omi náà fún òun mọ́ tóun mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́. Ìgbà yẹn mo ti kò sí.
Okay, what was that substance tí wọ́n fún un mu? What was that substance? It could actually also help in tracing cause of maybe a remote, maybe not immediate, but at least remote. What substance was given to him to drink so that you can start knowing? You know, they could give you a slow poison that it's gradual until eventual. So, you know, when they do autopsy, it does something. It helps us to isolate the immediate cause from other remote causes. You know, all these things we are suspecting. He was assaulted, it was this, it was that. They said he used to do drug. Drug could have, you know, overwhelmed the system, or violence on the D-Day. Some say they use charm, handkerchief, or ring. You know, all of this definitely. Maybe he had internal injury or sustained bruises or whatever as a result of beatings of the past or assault of the past, severe assaults as reported. You know, did he have underlying health condition, like whether he was hypertensive or anything? All of those things are remote causes. But the immediate cause means at the time he stopped breathing, what organ in the entire system first stopped? For instance, an autopsy will reveal that, oh, maybe there is blockage in the airways, in the lungs part, or airways. They'll say, oh, there's blockage in the airways. And it was after that blockage that, you know, eventually he gasped and died. So they will tell. Autopsy will show what part of the organs connected to life stopped. And then you'll be able to tell, oh, okay, it died as a result of. So that will be the immediate cause. So what then impacted that blockage, we can now begin to trace among all the remote causes. So it will be easy. Oh, he had maybe brain injury, or he had damage of something, or maybe somewhere in the hand. They will be able to tell. So it will help us to be able to identify the immediate cause from other remote causes, and that is how to investigate things like so. Long and short, we have identified so many remote causes, and there will be more possibly, but the immediate cause, only a pathological test or pathology test, otherwise known as postmortem or autopsy or forensic examination, will help us to determine the immediate cause, and then we can trace it to which of the remote causes. That still doesn't mean everybody who is suspected should not be well. Like I said, including, they should check whether it was food. Yeah, it could be food. I've seen, do you know what suspicion of remote causes could do is that we won't know what exactly. And we'll just be everywhere suspecting everything. This one will say, oh, now we think kill him. Others will say, you know, it may not take part, you know. And I know some churches that will use it as prayer points by next church service, or maybe crusade during the week. Gbogbo àwọn tó pa mí náà mi. Tó máa jẹ́ kí ògo mi ṣe wá jáde nígbà ń bá kú tán. Olúwa o. They'll be using the poor boy's case, you know. Instead of us to just determine the immediate cause, and then we can all know, even though we know there are other remote causes. Let me tell a short story. A man died at his prime, and then after he died, different people started saying different things. First, some said, oh, he said some things before he died, that he went to meet another woman outside, and it was Thunderbolt that killed him. Because the woman he went to meet happens to be somebody that another person is contesting for, something like that, you know. So some said, oh, Thunderbolt, Magun ló pa. Others said, oh, he's sharing a workshop with another competitor, and that competitor, you know, is more powerful spiritually than him. So they got a major contract, and the person wanted the lion's share. And because they always wanted to give this particular man, so the man decided to take him because it's affecting his economy or his own income. Another angle. So since then, whenever they see the people will just say, yeah, no package here. He is the one responsible for the death of the other person. He is so powerful as you see him. They got to the hospital. Some even suspected typhoid and all that, you know. But because there was no autopsy. So till now, different people suspected different things and held on to their own belief. And belief is different from fact. What killed, not in 2023 that will be suspecting and be holding the erroneous beliefs. Why not let's hold the right belief? In 2023, there are ways you can determine the actual cause of death. The hurry and then somebody said something in this comment, let me bring it out. So somebody, I think it's Joseph Bishop that said it. No. So Joseph is actually talking about, on YouTube, he's actually talking about handkerchief, and autopsy will help us unravel that. Kenneth said, why hurry to bury him in the height of forcing? Okay, yeah, Kenneth is the one who said it. Forcing his dead body into small space coffin. The father and not too clear, Shege. Well, you see that aspect of, you see that aspect of forcing his body into the casket. I saw that it looks like the neck truly had fracture. That leads me to the question. Do you think the neck broke only in the casket? Or if there was actual violence before his death, did he sustain injury on the neck injury from, remember, I'm in severe pain. If care wasn't taken at that time, any year long year. You remember severe pain. If immediate and proper care wasn't taken, that person is going gradually. Did he suffer neck fracture or fracture in the neck? So, because we are all here thinking it was in that casket that he had a fracture, what if it was already there and it only manifested finally by breaking completely? So, many things to suspect. These are questions. Could the violence have caused a fracture in the neck? Because if you really want to investigate something, you must probe it very well. I'm a probe, dada. Could it have been that the fracture was already there before the death and only manifested fully in the casket? Who knows? So all the people around him at the few or last minutes can help. I'm not saying they are responsible, no. Because I know Nigerians now, they begin tamam. No time my words. I'm saying they can help by clarifying, this happens also, meaning this happens also. Like interrogate them separately or interview them separately. All these things can help. It's so sad. Mother Mohbad, sorry about what happened. It's a sad case. It's not looking good, but We know God will console you. And then we also want to say that the law enforcement agencies, there's need to really do more. I will recommend the body should be exhumed. The body should be exhumed for pathology tests. The body should be exhumed for pathology. I will recommend. Because it's a popular case that people are really interested. We want to know the actual cause, not remote causes alone. We want to also know the immediate cause of the death. I thank you all who paid attention to listen, and I hope that we will progress. Nigeria is in its trying times. We will progress, we will do well. God will help us. Today is Sunday. It's well. I hope you went to church and you're doing well, including whether you went to whether you're having house fellowship after church. Okay, so I want to close by let me greet you all who commented. Kenneth Madrid, you say, okay, but for me, the papa hand not too clear. Why the hurry? Okay. Well, they are very deep, but it's not impossible to exhume. It looks like a relatively shallow grave. It can always be brought out, so not a big deal. If we are serious, we want to really investigate. Yes, the body can be located. It's not as if it's some kind of body that went under water. It's not a body that went under several feet under water and can't be located, So this one, the location is known, the grave is known, it's shallow, how many feet? So it can be located and exhumed and autopsy properly conducted. Thank you so much, everybody that commented. I greet you, Kenneth. I greet you, Joseph Bishop. I greet you, others whose comments already went down. Facebook commenters too. All of you, God bless you.